Huh. Hi everyone. Uh, Alright, that volume's good. How about music volume? Music volume? Okay, that's good too. Ah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, welcome everyone. Today's tutorial will be about Unity. We're gonna be doing some Unity stuff. We're gonna chill, we're gonna relax. We're gonna start from scratch. The subject for today's tutorial will be to make outfits, outfit toggle, and hair toggle. This is gonna be using a Vroid base as the example. So if you are using Vroid, it'll be perfect for you. If not, it'll still help because it's still using the same principles. Alright, so let's go ahead and start up a new project. If you're curious on how to set up your project file, please look at the first tutorial. Otherwise, we'll be kind of going over how to do it right now, but it'll be a lot sped up, okay? So let's start up Unity. And let's move Cootie. Let's make Cootie small. And like... over here? No, probably over here, yeah. I'll move my ears down. Alright. So Unity 2019 Star 35 F1. Let's go. We'll name this one VRM Vroid Close Swap Tutorial. Wait for the project to get set up. I hope everyone had a wonderful day yesterday. I just woke up. I slept pretty well last night, even though I had a nightmare. I was stuck in a video game base. I hate frustrating dreams. Unity is still starting up. Oh my god, why is it still starting up? Okay, there we go. Base Unity. Now, as usual, we're gonna import the most important thing, which is the Unity VRM SDK. In this case, because we're working with Vroid and Vseeface, we're gonna use the 0.89 version. 0.89. We can import. Since I'm low on space, I'm going to uncheck the samples so I can save some space. It's gonna be importing, and then it's gonna ask me in a few seconds if I want to change the thing to linear, in which case always answer yes. Soda. Yeah, there we go. Color space, current gamma, use recommend linear. Always do what the computer tells you to do, okay? And make the easier transition to being ruled by the AI overlord easier. Anyways, if you just listen to the computer. Anyways, next up, we're gonna import the VSF SDK. Again, we're going to uncheck their sample folder, so to save a little space, and then click import. Now, if you're curious on where to get them, you can get the UniVRM at their GitHub, right here. Make sure to get the right version, the 0.89. So you gotta go over here and scroll all the way down. Probably page 3. Page 4. New page 4. Yeah, page 4. To 0.89. Right here, 0.89. And then likewise on the Vseeface website, go to download. And then VSF avatar, and then SDK download right here. And they'll take you to there, and you can download. And then Unity, of course, you can get it from the main website. Alright, that should be good. Next up, we need our sample avatars. I went ahead and I made some in Vroid Studios. So as usual in the assets, to keep things clean, create a new folder. Let's name it Avatar. Yeah. And then we're going to create another folder. We're gonna call this one Vroid main body. This is what our main avatar will be. So we're gonna drag the sample VRM that you exported here. And remember, as you export it, like I explained last time, in Vroid Studios, make sure you uncheck combine meshes and uncheck delete transparent meshes. Otherwise, it'll combine things in a way that's a little bit harder for a beginner to edit, okay? Hi, Mer. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Alright. Except we're gonna go back to the avatar folder. And then in this one, we're gonna make another folder. We're gonna call this Vroid new clothes hair. So in this one, we're gonna drag the avatar with the new hairstyle and the clothes that we want to swap out. It's gonna wait a little bit more. Okay. Cool. Now we should have two folders. One of the main body, one of the new clothes. Let's go to the main body, and then we're gonna drag it into the hierarchy. Double click on it to zoom. This is gonna be our sample model today. The default, one of the default sample models. We're gonna go name this one main body, or main Vroid model. Let's name it main model. And then let's disable this for now so we can't hide it. And the clothes and hairstyle we want to change will be this one. Does it look awful? Probably, because I just made something up in Vroid. It's one of the sample clothes, but it's okay. Because we just want the clothes, so, and the hair, so it's okay. Clothes model. Now, there are plugins you can do to make a lot of this automated, but I want to do this tutorial the manual way because sometimes those automated tools do not work for some of the more complicated programs, or the naming scheme is wrong, or there's something you have to fix yourself manually. So I would like people to understand where to put things to get them working. And a lot of times if you want to brute force it, you have to do it the manual way too. And sometimes brute forcing it is just the way to go. If you just want to have a second outfit and just want to get it done, don't want to download any plugins, this is just the best way to go. Okay. Now, most importantly, so they're on top of each other right now. Don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and right click the original model, unpack prefab completely. This way you can edit it. If you don't do it, if you try to drag stuff anywhere, it'll give you this warning. Then you have to open up the prefab. You gotta go inside the main prefab. You gotta edit it. And you just want to mess with stuff on the hierarchy for now. So if you ever messed up, you can just re-drag in and don't have to worry about editing the prefab. So unpack. Same thing with the bunny one. Unpack prefab completely. Okay. Now, as you notice here, I'm gonna hide the main model. There are things highlighted when you select them. When it's highlighted like this, that means there's like a mesh, basically the 3D model. If you try to move it, you can't, because these meshes, if you go to say wireframe, these are like meshes of the 3D model. They are assigned to bones, and if you want to move something, you gotta go to root, you gotta go to your hips. There, now you can move them. You know, you can, move them around. Anyways, but we want to move these bones onto the body so that when we move the body, it'll move these bones that are attached to the new mesh right here, and therefore we'll move the new clothes with it. Because otherwise, what will happen is if you just drag the 3D mesh onto your old model without assigning the bones, you will try to move, say, your legs, but then it will not move anything else because your bones are not assigned to the body. You get what I'm saying? Basically, your skin will just be flopping around there. Hi, Tom Mary. No. And likewise, because these meshes are basically individual objects at this point, you can toggle them so that you can hide and unhide. And we're going to be taking advantage of this to basically swap out clothing. Face. There we go. Okay. And then, of course, this is the hair one as well. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and move the bones over. Unhide both of them. Now, this is going to be a little bit convoluted and a little bit complicated, but it's going to be okay. We're going to go over it very, very slowly. Okay? I wish I could zoom in a little bit. Can I zoom in? Actually, let's see. Window. Is there a way to make the buttons bigger? UI scaling. Restart to take. Oh, let's try 150%. Maybe it will make the UI bigger. Save. Oh, yay, it is a lot bigger. Cool. Perfect for tutorial. I should remember to do this next time. Okay. So, your bones for Vroid is stored under your model, and then root, and from root on is the bones. And if you start moving the bones, you start moving your model. For other models, normally the root is called armature, or root bone. Armature is the most popular naming scheme, I believe. The next one is usually called hips, and hips is basically usually the main container. It will spread from the hips that contains your legs, your hips that contain your spine, which then contains your chest bone, that contains your shoulders and your arms, and also your neck and your head. Yeah, say spine, leg. If you expand spine, it'll be chest. Expand chest, it'll go to your neck, your shoulder, and so on. So think of it as like a tree with your skeleton on it. So what you want to do now is to drag hips from your clothes into your main model's hips. So hierarchize, if you expand your hips now for your main model, it will show the second model's hips that you drag into here. Let's do that again. Again, hips move into, you can highlight the hips. Boom, there you go. If you want to make it clarify, you can call this close hips. Just to keep it like named. And then after that, you expand this. Expand close hip. Now you see all your closed spine. You expand spine. Do the same thing. You move spine over here. Name this to close. Close spine. Keep it organized. If you know what you're doing and done this a billion times, you don't have to rename them. But if you're a beginner and you get confused why you have 2 hips and 2 spine, this might help you kind of distinguish between them. So spine, that contains your spine. Now expand your chest. Move your chest to here. Rename it to closed chest. Upper chest, you move into your upper chest. Rename it to close upper chest. Bust. I'm not gonna rename all these. But yeah, bust to left bust, secondary to secondary. Right bust. Bust is basically your boobs. It's your boobs bones. Yeah. If you want booba bones, make sure you move your booba bones. Fun fact, my model don't have booba bones. Cause I have no booba. Not even, I can't even wiggle a little bit. I literally cannot. I would have to go into a blender. I would have to create new bones in order to shake anything, but I don't wanna. It's too much work. I have nothing. Anyways, so neck to neck, head to head, and then for the eyeballs and stuff, you don't have to, because we're gonna be hiding your head's secondary stuff anyways. So don't worry about the eyes, okay? So that's it for everything headwise. You're gonna go backwards now. Back to where you have expanded. So you didn't move the shoulder yet. So move the shoulder to the left shoulder. And an upper arm to upper arm. Lower arm, move on top of lower arm. Hand, move to lower hand. If your outfit does not have any fingers like this, you can leave it. But if your outfit has gloves that are not just pasted onto the body, you do not have to move it. I'll just do it just so we can see. Let's see. So index to index. I'll speed this up. Boop. Again, there's programs that does this for you. You just have to make sure that every bone is assigned correctly, which is why we're going through this manually right now. Ring finger to ring finger. It's easy if you make sure everything's not expanded in the beginning. That way, when you drag something, it pops up the next one you're supposed to do. So you kind of have this like pattern going on, like expand, drag, and there's nothing, then you're done. Boop. Boop. And then right shoulder time. The programs, by the way, if you're interested, there's two main ones that work well with Vroid Studio avatars. One of them is called VAR Dresser. The other one is called Auto Dresser. And I believe they both are somewhat updated to work with the newest versions. Okay, so upper chest is done. Now we're gonna go all the way back to hips, which is the left leg and the right leg. And it's just the same thing. Lower leg. If, by the way, there's extra stuff under, like the skirt, ignore it. Leave it where it is. If there's nothing above that's similar, just leave it where it is. Okay? Oh, thank God Vroid doesn't have toes. If I had to do all 10 toes, I would scream. I mean, in theory, you don't have to do the toes, because unless you get like some kind of weird foot fetish animation, you will never move your toes, even in VR. Okay? Alright, and that's it. The closing is now bonded. Every single bone to the respective bone inside the old body. So if, say, we move the leg now, it should, in theory, move everything else. And it does. Yay. Likewise, if we move the spine, chest, let's try the arms. Yep, it moves everything. Now, you're going to go ask, like, okay, Cutie, now that we have everything bonded, it's still meshed together. How do we hide one and toggle the other? Well, this is where the second part comes in. So your clothes model's body, we're gonna name this one clothes body, and then we're gonna drag it into the main model, and then your clothes hair, clothes hair. I mean, we don't name it clothes, probably like second hair or something. Also drag it into your main model. Now the face, we're gonna leave in the old model. We don't really need it. So if you hide your main model right now, all that's left is the old face. Your floating face. You don't need it. Don't worry about it. Okay? Yeah. We're gonna hide this for now, just in case we do need it. Maybe we do need it later. I don't know. It might pop an error. But right now, we have a closed model with everything. I'm gonna try to export this just to make sure everything's still okay. VRM, export uni VRM. It's gonna pop up saying your bones with the same name in the hierarchy, they'll be automatically renamed. So all the ones I didn't rename, it's gonna say like bone 002 or something instead now. Alright, let me export this just to make sure it works. Hey, I think it works. Cool. Let me try to add in Vseeface just to make sure. I saved it on desktop, right? I think I did. Wait, is it not working? It's not appearing. Give me a second. Alright, let's re-import this anyways. So, put it on desktop, right? Also helps as general advice, clean up your desktop so you can find shit. Don't be like Kitty. Have new folder 27. Okay, we re-imported back the VRM we just exported. Index was out of range. Must be non-negative and less than size of collection? What? Wait, why are these outside? They could he mess something up. No, that's right. When I did this earlier, it was fine. Alright, fine. Let's move the second face in there. Export UniVRM. Test model. Okay, does it work now? Add model. Test model. Huh? What about VSF Avatar? I swear, if it's because I named something wrong, I'm gonna scream. Export complete. What the? Okay. I just realized everything disappeared. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna have to scrub the beginning of this video because I messed up somehow, somewhere. Ah! Alright, where the hell did we go wrong? Let's just redo it. Cooey, don't fuck up this time, okay? No messing up. Create folder. Alright. Tutorial. Okay. So sample A. I wonder if because of the new version of Vroid, I have to export and then re-import it. I might have to do it. Thank you, Tomberry. Yeah, so those of you who do this tutorial later, and it's popping up that error. So let's see. We're gonna just export this to plain model. Export. Export. And then we're gonna say test export. And if this doesn't work, then we know the problem is with the with the thingy-mabob. Desktop. Test export. Okay, so that's fine. Create folder. Close. Sample B. No. Sometimes I forget how much like Vroid is sensitive about this stuff. Okay, so drag this in here. Unpack. Unpack. We're gonna do this again. Speeding through the second run. To head to head. Upper leg to upper leg. Foot. Toes. And then last is the right leg. So face, body, hair. We're just gonna make a new folder. Create empty. And we call it new stuff. So face, body, hair, we'll move down here. In its own little folder. We're gonna hide this. So sample A, export. We're gonna name this sample AB. Export. Yeah. Hey, Substream. I think it's more promising this time because the last time when we did export, all the clothes disappeared for some reason. Any console error? No major errors, so that might be good. Alright, let's try to import in Vseeface. So sample AB. Why? Why did it fail? So create folder. Let's re-import sample AB in. Why doesn't it work? Index was out of range. Must be non-negative and less than the size of collection. Am I running out of space on my desktop? I'll be so sad if that's what it is. No, I have space on my desktop. Why? I also don't understand why all of this is there too. Are we missing root to root, maybe? We don't need this. Let's just delete that. Oh my god, is that what it is? Okay, so the old root, you might need it to put in there because apparently they assign root bones to everything onto root, so you might need to actually import root as well. Fuck. Okay, let's try this again. Vroids, I swear. Export. Save. Now we know. Now we know. Import. Oh my god, it works. Okay, so that was a problem. If you're using Vroid, move everything, including the root folder. So the only thing you're leaving behind is the secondary. Otherwise, you'll have that weird error because the bones and the hair and everything has this assigned to it. Good to know. Anyways, back to the tutorial. So dumb. Alright. Now that we have the new body, etc., etc. Oh, I should probably move the finger bones. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. Index 2, index 3. Yeah. This might get a little tedious if you're the one doing it, but you know what? Once you do it once for your outfit, you don't ever have to do this again. Mess up the bones, I mean. So it's okay. Move all your bones. How you doing, robot? My second is up. My second? And you? What do you mean my second? Oh, did I say give me a second? Damn it. Don't be mean to Cooley right now. I'm stressed. Okay. So that's the left hand done. Now we're doing the right hand, and then we should be done moving on these stupid phones. God, why can't my tutorials ever not go wrong and make it easier to follow? It's okay. It's okay. I'll just edit it. The power of posts. Okay. You told Bad Cat Armin? She's a darkness for and wait, what? There's an Armin that's dark? Oh, I gotta say this.
Watch and learn, kitten. You and I are worlds apart. I'm the star of this show.
What?
The winner of this tournament is going to be me, cause I bought off all the judges.
이런 게 있어요. 귀엽고 깜찍한 모습이긴 이런
Cute. I don't know why, but she has like a little bit of the brat face. So I don't know why, but that makes me like her more. Okay, so let's test this. If we move the spine, does it move everything? Yes. Headbang! Ah! Okay, undo. So if we hide this body. Okay, let's test the fingers to make sure everything is good. Yep. All the fingers work. Cool. And we're gonna hide the old face. Okay? Let's see. So we're actually gonna hide both the old hair and the old body by unchecking them, okay? Now, we're gonna select our model. We're gonna go down to the blend shape, VRM proxy blend shape. We're gonna click the one that's highlighted. So if you click on it, it'll show you where the file is. We're gonna click on it. We're gonna create a blend shape. We're gonna call one of them show hair, and the other one show clothes. And then we're gonna go to the sample model. We're gonna go right here, say add component. We're gonna name this one VSF avatar animations. It should pop up right here. I'm gonna click the plus sign. And then we're gonna select the ones we just created. So show hair, show clothes. And now we're gonna make the animation to hide and show each one, okay? So we're gonna create a new folder. We're gonna call it animations. Under your assets, open it, right click, and create a animation controller. Again, an animation controller is basically like your marker to draw an animation. You don't need the marker after your drawing is done, but in order to make the drawing, you need the marker, if that makes sense. So, animation controller. So, we're gonna go into play mode. Go back to scene tab right here. The light night one, her name is Crimson Armin. Yeah, I have the Crimson one and I have the regular Armin. But I didn't know they have the Bad Cat one. The Bad Cat one looks cute. All three, make a team of them. Wait, can you have... Yeah, you can, huh? Oh, God. Watch there be a alternate version. Which one is the normal? Is the normal one... fire? I forget what elements they are. Grass? Yeah, what if there's like a water one? Like a seaside Armin. SSA. Okay, now that we're in play mode, we're gonna drag the animation controller onto our model. The model's going to this weird pose thing, don't worry about it. It's also gonna have this weird like distortion. Vroid does that, don't worry about it. Just zoom out a little bit, it's fine. And in your animations tab, if you don't have an animations tab, make sure to go to Windows, Animation, Animation. And it should pop out a window. It will probably usually pop out like, I don't know, like this. And all you have to do is just drag this down right here. And now you have an animation tab, okay? You'll commit resources to that. A cat girl team. Tank, and more tank. Though, I guess Bad Cat is a DPS, right? Is Bad Cat DPS? Or, no, you said knight, right? So still tank. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna create a new animation. We're gonna name the animation Show Hair. We're gonna click record. And now, under new stuff, for hair, we're gonna pop this out. See how it shows the hair? And then we're gonna go to the old hair folder. And then we're going to disable it to hide the old hair. So, when the animation starts, let me create a new one. Show. Go down here. Show hair. Oh, select in your main model outside of play mode. Go to where it says show hair and assign the animation you just created. So if you click on this little circle here, it'll show you all the animations there is. So search for hair and show hair. It should pop up here. Click on it and then click on where it shows the animation and turn off loop time. You don't need this one to loop, you just need to trigger. And to test this, we can go down here, enable preview, and then go back to the play mode. Now your play mode should look like this. If you do, you know, E, U, A, O, you can see your character's mouth moving. Let me zoom in. Fun, joy, etc. Now we're gonna do show hair. The hair changed. And that's how you swap the hair. Exit play mode. Next thing is the clothes. So we're gonna do the clothes as well. So go back to play mode. Drag your animation controller once again into sample. And then animations tab. We're gonna go to show close animation. If you don't have it, just create one just like we did before. Click record. And then under the body, click that. And then unhide it. And hide your old body. And then, boom. Unrecord. Exit play mode. Go back to the main model here. Scroll all the way down. Find the one you just did. Click on it. Whoops. Not double click. Just click it once. It'll highlight which one you just did. Uncheck the looping animation. We're gonna go here. Back to play mode so we can test it under the scene. Go to show close. There we go. It now hid the old clothes and put the new one in. Now let's give this a try. Now, because it's now using animations, you can no longer export this as a VRM and expect it to work. You have to export it as a VSF avatar. So you gotta go to the VSF SDK tab and export it there. Animations only work with the VSF SDK format. If you just want the new clothes to work with the VSF avatar, but you don't want to switch, all you have to do is, let's see, with VRM, when you uncheck a mesh. Oh, hello, thank you for the follow. When you say you have a unchecked mesh on the main one, and you export it, oops. It might give you an error. And sometimes it will work, sometimes it might not, depending on what you hide. The easy way, though, is to go to the mesh that you're hiding. Right here. Create material. And we're gonna call this invis. Okay? And then we're gonna make this VRM mTune. We're gonna make it cut out. We're gonna turn the transparency all the way down for both the lighting alpha and the shadow color. So this is now essentially an invisible texture. I'm gonna duplicate this so we don't have to do it later. Okay, so let's say you hit your old body and you just want this, and this is just what you want. You don't want to toggle anything. You just want this. Your new outfit. Go to the one you're hiding and then assign your invisible texture to everything in that mesh. Is this optimal? No, it's not. But does it work with Vroid because Vroids are dumb and VRM is dumb? Yes. Now, when you unhide it, it's there. It's just technically invisible. So when you export this,
Any idea what it took to get in here?
no error.
Come with me.
So export this, we're gonna call this Invisilite. I don't know.
Over. Is that the only way you can succeed is to see me fail?
Isn't that like the weird braces thing they always advertise on YouTube? Invisilite? Avatar, add Invisilite. There we go, see? As you see, we got the new outfit. We don't have to do any toggles. It works. You know, if I turn on hand tracking, all the fingers are assigned. You know, it still works. But that's not what this tutorial is about. This tutorial is about toggling so that you can have 2 outfits. So then you can do cool shit like this. Right? You can have as much outfits as you want on one avatar. With no load times. No load times at all. Okay? Right. So you have your animations. So animations are assigned to the things right here. So export this as a VSF SDK. We're gonna name this oh wait. When you export as VSF SDK, they actually don't allow you to rename stuff like of a menu like VRM. So you actually need to highlight your model, go to your information, and change the information here yourself. So let's say this is model toggles close. So make sure you rename everything that you do want to rename here. Change your picture here if you need to. Change your model name. And now export. There we go. And save. Now when you open VSF Avatar section, add avatar, desktop. Wait. Did not finish exporting? Let's remove all the old ones. Desktop. Ah, there we go. There. So this is your model. To actually use the toggles, go to settings, expression settings, and scroll down. You should be able to find the one that says show clothes and show hair. You usually want to put these to instant just so you don't have like weird nakedness in the middle of the transformation. And now you're gonna assign a hotkey. In this case, we're just gonna assign this to number pad 1 and number pad 2. Yeah. So now when you push number pad 1 as a hotkey, you should change your outfit. And then when you push 2, you should show your new hair. And of course, if you combine both of them, there's your new outfit, all on a toggle. In any combination of them. Yeah. So it's that easy. One thing we do need to do though, if you have a new outfit that has physics, so for example, the skirt I believe might have physics. We need to re-add the physics from the old outfit to this one. So let's go back here. Let me see if it has bones. If it doesn't have bones, it doesn't have physics. I believe it should be under hips. Leg. Oh, it looks like it does. So it's under your left upper leg and right upper leg for the skirt. Yeah, so it should be these bones right here. Those are the ones we added in earlier when we transferred all the bones. So let's go to secondary. Secondary is where you put all of your VRM spring bones, the bones that handle the physics. We're going to minimize all this. I'm going to add component. VRM spring bones. So we're going to add one for the skirt. And we're going to add another one for new hair. Because remember, we also have a second hairstyle, and the second hairstyle needs their own physics. Okay. Oh, the expanded UI is kind of too big. I can barely see anything. Let me make the chat a little bit more transparent. Filter. There we go. That way you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, so let's scroll to the skirt component here for the VRM spring bone. We're gonna lock this so we can click on everything. Hi, boo. Chit-choo. So the root bones. This is where we want to animate all the bones. So if we let's see, select these and drag them all to root bones, it should have it right here. So let's go ahead and unhide the skirt body. Hide the regular body. And then we're gonna go into play mode. You just woke up on your boat. And then we're gonna move them hips. Or move them roots, I guess. Can we not move it? Oh, right, because we assign physics to them. Is there any motion I can add? As a sample. Oh, I guess I could just move. Let's move the whole thing. Yeah, so if we move the whole thing, there are now physics. Can we move the leg? Yeah, we can. Cool. Yeah, so there are physics assigned. Ignore the other leg stuck. Don't worry about that. So physics are working indeed. Now we're gonna go back to secondary. I'm gonna scroll down to the hair. If we go to new stuff, spine, chest, upper chest, neck, head. This is the second head that we have for the other hairstyle. It should have all these hair bones, so we highlight all of these. Oh, let's do the rabbit ears too.
Each track has a specific meaning to a
And
specific
drag it
There's no
into
villager
the
song,
root
there's no
bones.
song for killing creepers.
You can adjust these values, by the way, so that they're more floppy. So let's lower these.
The music is the oral equivalent to Minecraft's visuals.
Okay.
Each world is tailor-made for the player. It's
So
not
let's go
something
ahead
you would notice, but in this way, Minecraft's music captures
and
the essence of
unhide the new
Minecraft.
hair.
Just like your world seed, Minecraft's music is made for you and your gameplay. There's
Hide
a reason that Minecraft's music
the old
evokes
hair.
such a strong sense of nostalgia. when
Click
it's
the
played.
play button.
The game and its soundtrack are truly inseparable.
And then we're gonna drag everything again to see. Not the bunny ears and the regular hair have physics. Yay! So let's exit this. Let's rehide everything. Unhide the old stuff. And when we export this back as a VSF SDK, close 2. Avatar selection. Oh wait, we gotta wait until it's done exporting. Patience, Cootie, patience. You gotta wait for this to be done. This one. Go to desktop. Alright. Now the old stuff has physics. You can kind of see the hair move. But what about if we go to the new one? Boop, boop. Uh-huh. Yeah, everything has physics. Oh god. Nice. That's pretty much it. That literally is it. I think I went over everything needed to do the animation. If you have any confusion at all, which I'm sure if you're watching this really disjointed tutorial, you probably do, ask me questions, okay? I can help clarify anything and everything that you have. It'll just take me a while. But I promise you I'll try my best to explain it, okay? Yeah. And of course, if you're too lazy to bother with any of this kind of stuff, you can always hire Kui. I don't mind doing this stuff for money. So if you want to swap outfits, you know. Oop. I can do it for you, okay? Okay. We do have a little bit more time left before the next stream I'm doing, which is Black Desert. Should we do shaders? Wanna mess around with shaders? Doing stuff and happening is nice. Yeah, you know what? Let's do shaders. Let's do a button that toggles your clothes, but makes it so that there's a dissolve happen. Let's do that. Yeah. All right, let me grab some more water and I'll come back and do it. Okay, Chloe, back in with water. Let me make myself super small again. Small Chloe. So if you click on the mesh of your body, you'll notice that there are many textures. You see these little orbs? That means it's a material, a texture. That's assigned to the body. Let's go ahead and unhide this and rehide. So if you were to click on, say, your bottoms, which I assume is, in this case, is the skirt. You can probably change the color of it. So let's say you want a puke green skirt. Wait, that's not it. Where the hell's the bottoms? Oh, it's a different one. Okay. There you go. Puke green. Woo! Gross. And there's not that much else you can really do if you just use the straight VRM tune. If you expand the options for this, you can see there's like not much going on. You can set the scrolling if you want to scroll for whatever reason. You can set the outline so that it's like, I don't know, super big. You know, super big outlines. You can set the shading, kind of. Which you can hardly tell because the shading options is terrible here. And that's it. The only upside about VRM Mtune shader is that it's compatible with pretty much everything on this earth, but you can't do cool effects. So, what should we do? We're gonna install another shader. So, let's see. If we go over here, let's do... Let's do like a free one that everyone has access to. Let's do a light tune. VTuber model tutorial. Do I have one? Yes, I have one. It's light tune package. It's gonna import it, and click import. If you're wondering where to get it, let me go find it. Light tune. There we go. If you go to booth.pm, search for a low tune, download it. If you're generous, give them a donation of $5. But yeah, it's a free shader, and as you see, it looks pretty damn cool. There's a lot of cool effects you can do with it, including fur, lighting, dissolve, emissions, etc. There's another one that's popular. It's called Toyomi. But that one, to get the more advanced features, you have to pay for, which is also fine. These people do deserve your money. But you know, if you don't have money, then this one's good. Alright, now that you imported it, you go to the shader that you want to change. We're gonna go and find it right here. Low tune. When you change it like this, it might change the way it's rendered. But yeah. This is what it looks like now. And if you click advance, let's change the cutout. There is now a lot more options. Let's go to rendering, let's fix it. So you see how the back of skirt is not rendered? Under rendering, under culling, make sure you turn it off. Then you can have the back of the skirt too. If we do it in the front, then it'll do it in the front mode. If it's in the back of the texture. But you want it off, because you want to see both sides of the skirt. Now, let's say when you switch outfits, for whatever reason, you want to make it so that your skirt dissolves in instead of appearing right away. Etchy. But in order to do that, we can make an animation out of it. So special shaders like this let you put and edit stuff with the shader. So let's go ahead, go to project, assets, animation, go to play mode. We are going to, whoops, let me uncheck preview. Okay. So let's go to scene, let's go to animations. We're gonna go to the show close animation. We're gonna click record. Oh wait, my bad. Let me put it to the default way first. There we go. This is the default one, right? Yeah. So play. Put the animation controller on your model. Animation tab. Highlight your model. Go to your close animation, record. So, this is what it looks like now. We're gonna take all this, we're gonna delete it. We're gonna make a brand new animation and we're gonna animate the skirt this time. So, first frame of animation, we're gonna disable the old body. Secondly, we're going to enable our skirt body, which is normal. But on the first frame, what we're going to do is we're going to go to dissolve. Wait. Where the hell is it? Is it this? Yeah. So for the dissolved mask, you might actually have to put the same thing as before that you have. So we're gonna put this all the way to the right to show it as dissolved. So on the first frame, this is what it'll show. The skirt being gone. Now we're gonna zoom out a little bit here. We're gonna move this timeline we're gonna move this. All the way to the left. So as you see, as time goes on, it will dissolve that. It's kind of too fast, so let's zoom out even more. Let's move this to... 2 frames? Let's do frames, yeah. So let's just make this into a... So when you're playing this, there's 60 frames per animation. Per second of animation. So if you wanted this to last, say, roughly 1.5 seconds, you're gonna do 90 frames right here. So there we go. Like so. Fancy, right? So uncheck this. I'm gonna go back to regular mode. We're gonna enable the preview. Show close. You see that? The skirt like fades in. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the sweater too. So it should be closed top, I believe. Yeah. So VRM, change it to light tune. Change the rendering color mode to off. Okay. Click the play button. Oh, oops. Keep forgetting to do that. Uncheck the preview so nothing's funky is going on. Go to scene, project, animations, animation controller. Go to animations, click on your model, go to show close, click record, first frame. On your body, we're gonna go to close top. Cut out. Fix now. Here. There we go. Perfect. Oh, I just noticed the inside of your avatar has the little mask on it. Let's fix that too. Let's change your body to also light tune. And then rendering off. gonna turn the body back on. Oh, did I make the body? Oops. Did not mean to make the body transparent. Okay, make it not transparent. Let's try this one more time. Alright, there we go. Perfect. So let's go ahead and export this. So it's the saw
It's got to be the
model.
best part I've ever seen.
Hi, Kiss.
So
Hello. Thank you for the handshake. Yeah, we're gonna export this and let's see if the animation works. Avatar, desktop, the soft model. Okay, so in theory, if we were to change, there we go. Yeah, our clothes now phase in instead of just straight up changing. So that's a cool way to change out the outfits. It's also what I have on mine. So this is where you see this come into play. And then I have a animation for the jacket coming off. Like so, as well as the vest. So with this way, you can have pretty cool animations to highlight the fact that you change clothes. And you don't always have to animate stuff on the body. If you have some, say, special effect, like say a magical circle, you can unhide the magic circle animation while it's changing clothes and then rehide it at the end of the animation, or sparks or something. How's the security laser done? Is this a media file that plays on trigger or done in real time? So basically, the laser is a full animated sequence that is unhid when you hit the hotkey. Let's make a simplified version. So let's say face. So my earliest version without all the animations, head. So what I used to do was create empty. Let's call this one sample laser. And then let's go get a sound effect. Download. So sample laser. We're gonna create another empty. Call this one sound FX. We're gonna load in background. Assign this to here. We're going to create another 3D object. We're gonna say make a cylinder. Pretend this is a laser. We're going to make a new material. Laser. We're going to put light tune on it, because why not? We'll do transparent. And then we're gonna do emissions. There we go. Hi, Ever. Everything is going great. I should make myself smaller. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna put this on loop. Oh god, this might be a bad idea. And then we're gonna hide this. And we're gonna hide this. And then we're going to go right here to your model. We're gonna go to your blend shapes. Create blend shape. We're gonna say laser. Go back to your model. Go to VS animations. Create a new animation assignment. We are gonna go over here. So just like how we created animation for a close, we are gonna go into play mode and do an animation for the laser. Okay. So animation, click on your model, create clip, we can call it major laser. Small coolly. Hit record. So in the first one, we're going to unhide the laser. And then let's say 5 frames in, we're gonna do the sound effect. Unhide the sound effects. Oh god. Oh dear god. And then this madness gonna go on for a while. So let's just say, I don't know. It's gonna go on for about like 3 or 4 seconds. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. So anything you put during that time, for example, if you put a unity effect of say emissions, which is what I have, particle emissions, whatever you put on the object, it will show during that time and it'll play the sound effect. So export this as a VSF SDK avatar. We're gonna call this one laser sample. This is just a highly simplified version of it. But yeah, if you say you downloaded a special effects to emit beams or like sparks or whatever, you can assign it to whatever you want. Assign it to a blend shape. Under VSF animations, you tie it to your animation. And then when you load it, you can then assign the expression to a hotkey. Oh, is it the same hotkey? Oh god, it's gonna be a big mess. Is it not a hotkey? Okay, I hope I don't mess up my stuff. Control F13. Let's just do 3. It's not working. Oh, I'm stupid. Just give me a second. I forgot to assign it. I knew that. I was just testing you guys. Why didn't you say anything? You guys failed. You guys failed the test. You guys weren't listening. It was right there on the screen. It was a pop quiz. Not my fault. Okay. So now you have your boom laser. Obviously, not as much sound effects as mine, but it's there, okay? Yeah, that's. It's the redeem. Oh, you're talking about the redeem. That one. I thought you meant like, cause we were talking about uni. I thought you were talking about my actual laser. Yeah, it's a video file. Here, let me show you how it's done. So there's a website called Triggerfire. You log in with Twitch. And then you go to videos. You assign one. In this case, let's see, Cutie Laser. Right here. You put your green screen video in here. You set the command name to the whatever your command is. You make it into the redeem box right here, and then you just make sure to click and rename it so that it's exactly as it is on your redeem. Yeah, and then you save it, and then whenever you trigger it, you know, you add this source in there. copy link, and you put it on your OBS, and that's it. Alternatively, if you want, you can actually go to Node and then Graph, and then I think there's a Play Media or something like that, or Spawn. Can you do media here? I know you can do a prop. In theory, you can set a blend shape to have a TV in your scene. If you want to be super complicated and have like a 3D screen, then you can have it so that it's tied to showing it, you know, in a room. Then you can have it that way. Basically, a quad, if you assign a video file to a quad, let's say a 3D object quad, you know, and then you do it like this. Oh wait, I'm still hiding it, huh? Yeah, so if you do a quad by making here and assigning a video file here, which is what that TV is in the background, it's simply a quad with a video file embedded inside, and it's a texture, so that you can have something playing in the background. You don't have to have the whole room. You can just have a screen that's floating, you know. Or if you want it as a video effect, you can have it as a green screen and then put it in front of your avatar, I guess. You know, there's just many ways to make this work. A lot of the stuff for Vinyan makes having to edit in Unity a little obsolete though. Because with Vinyan, you can set it so that you do your node graphs, you set a redeem, and then where is it? You load your avatar. So instead of having to change clothes and put everything onto one avatar, you can simply just change avatar for different clothes. I feel like this is way more optimized. You know how big my avatar is right now? It's a lot smaller than before, but I think it's around like 700 megabytes right now. Because I added so much crap on here, you know? You don't have to do that. You don't have to load 700 megabytes into your RAM just so you can have this stupid stuff. You can load world here. And if you want to do animations, you don't have to put animations on your avatar. You can put all your animations into some MMD file and play it through a node, through a redeem. So you don't have to have, like, you know, this stuck in your avatar. The fact that Vinyan exists now means a lot of the stuff that I used to be able to do exclusively because I know how to do it in Unity means everyone can do it by just adding this stuff now. So definitely do look into it. If you can point one box to another box, you can totally do stuff without having to learn Unity. Hell, you can even scale your avatar if you wanted to. So if I go up here, I scale this. See, I scale my bones to whatever. And swapping monoliths. The upside is that you won't load 700 megabytes worth of stuff into one model, like I am right now. The downside is there is a load time. There's a load time between each model. And for performance, generally, if you go right here in Vseeface, you hide your avatar, you select disable less mesh updates. And then you disable all the special effects. And you make the window as small as possible. So that's barely rendering anything. It takes like almost no resource. And everything is on... So you're not double rendering, basically. So you're only rendering on the Vinyan side. So it's not too bad. Oh, add time. We ran out of time for ads, so we're just gonna wait like a minute, okay? Is there Roblox oof in the song? Yes. Oof. It's the Roblox oof mixed with Minecraft lo-fi. It's the ultimate Zoomer music. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a cookie. Did I ever set this back up? I'll be right back. You grabbed a cookie yesterday though? I'm grabbing a cookie today, okay? Okay. Okay, I'm back. Cookie. Is it bad that I already ate the cookie on the way back? Maybe I should rebrand. Instead of a cat, I should be a cookie monster. Or a cookie monster kitty. Cookie. Yum, 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 yum. Use AirKit for tracking Vseeface? Yes. I mean, I don't have to, but okay, so right now it's because I have all these hotkeys. You see how much I have? I don't want to redo these in Vinya. I don't want to redo them. And another thing is, if you have expressions that you toggle around, you are gonna have to manually create expressions and graphs and set it all up on this side. And it's a lot harder. It's a bit of a hassle. I don't want to do it. Hell, in theory, you can totally even do what do you call it? Leap motion. You can totally do leap motion by toggling here instead. But I don't want to reset up everything. Alright, hi. Let's give you a shout out. AZ. Wait, am I spelling it right? I'm missing R. There we go.
Yeah.
They did all night. Ah, you're playing Minecraft? Hi. I don't have Minecraft this week. I need to add it back into my rotation. I have too much games to play. I don't have enough time. Oh, cookie.
I am
Yum,
alone.
yum, yum,
Kill
yum.
me. I am alone. My
Ah,
fucking
cookie.
god. About time.
Yeah. Hi, hello. Hi, Raiders. Hi, there's your echo. Hello. Oh, I should change back to my actual outfit.
Yeah.
Let's change. Oops, wrong one. Buttons. There we go. Hi everyone. Do you know the studio? Anyone have a default expression set up? I don't know. I'm pretty sure someone already did it. Cause I feel like someone already did it. Have you seen our Discord? They probably have one you can download already, to be honest. I haven't looked cause I'm lazy. I usually have spare resources to run both, and if I do the hide avatar, it doesn't take anything away resource-wise. So for me personally, I haven't looked. Yeah. And you know, if it's too complicated, it's okay to double up on Vseeface and Minyan. It sucks that it does take a little bit more resource, but you can always turn down like the A and it'll more than enough make up for it. Or limit your frame rate to like 50. No one's gonna know the difference. See? Looks the same. Remember Discord things that's specifically. Yeah, and you know what? You can always ask if someone can give you an example. You know, they all seem really nice. If you ask for like how you would go about setting it up, I'm sure someone can explain it. Yeah. Oh, let's actually go over for those of you who are new to streaming. Let's actually go over some of the common things you can do in OBS itself that helps remove a lot of your resource hogs. Turn 10 or 15 realize you can avoid rendering the model complete. Oh, So, if you go in settings, first of all, make sure your canvas base canvas matches your desktop, and you want to scale it down from here. You never want to scale your output here. If you do here, you're double rendering, essentially, and you would be hogging your CPU and your GPU. Next thing is your preset quality. If you are doing a high detail stream like mine's right now, where you need to see text in really small print, go slow. But otherwise, select P3. There's almost no reason for you to be doing this much, because these right here, in theory, takes about like 60 to 80% more GPU, CPU rendering than something like this at minimal difference. So, unless you really need it, don't do it. Don't go beyond medium. Don't go beyond fast. Multipass mode, keep it on single. Profile, keep it on high. Look ahead is another thing that you don't really need on Twitch, because the difference is so tiny that it might actually be a negative. Psycho visual tuning, I keep it on, but you can actually disable this if you're not moving that fast in certain games. B frames is 2. If you turn look ahead to high to on, you need this to at least 4 or so, but I would just leave this at 2. The other thing is that they don't really tell you is that your bitrate, if you're an affiliate and you consistently get the Twitch stream code, you can actually go beyond the 6 kilobits per second to 7. And if people look at source, they will see the 7. Even though, in theory, you're only limited to 6 as an affiliate. This is like the leeway they give you. I went as high as 7.5. But that's kind of overkill, I guess, for Twitch streaming. If you're on YouTube, you can set this to like 1 billion and it doesn't matter. But on Twitch, you can actually set this pretty high. Multipass mode, basically, you would re-render, if I'm understanding this right, certain frames to better have a more accurate image to what you're trying to render out to the source. But since you're doing this real time, it's not like you're rendering a video, in like, say, Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere. So in theory, this is almost like no-go for real-time rendering for streaming. Most people did tests, and at best, they say 2 past quarter resolution is okay. But beyond that, you're not doing much. You don't even want to bother with that one. Another thing that a lot of people do when they first start out, overlays, animated overlays. I have too much of it. As you see right here, limit the amount of sources you have and combine the sources into one as best as you can. So if you go to game screen, you see my entire overlay right here? This is all one. All of this, it's one. The picture, the little animated jar thingy on the left side, the sources, everything's combined into one thing with in-stream elements. So you only have one browser source. The more you have, basically each one of the browser sources, you're opening a new Chrome tab. And you know how much memory Chrome eats, basically, right? You're opening like 8 Chrome tabs if you have 1 billion sources. They skip on the anime stuff for most part. Games shouldn't have anime stuff outside of Fuki. Yeah. The game of their streaming site and the asset moved the limits on the bitrate 1 week and someone streamed at 800. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And if you look at the sources, you see right here, you can actually limit the FPS. And I highly recommend you do so because it'll try to run it as high as possible if you don't. For stuff that is pictures, you can see right here, shut down source when not visible. That's another good one. Otherwise, it'll run even when it's not in the scene. Another thing is, a lot of people want to do the downscale filtering, but you don't really need to, unless your source is actually higher than your canvas. So for example, my base canvas here is 1080p. The only thing I have the down source filter on is my game capture. So, which is at bilinear. Which you probably might want to consider if you play on like a 1440 or a 4K screen. It dramatically increases the visual sharpness of an image that you have that's bigger than your base canvas, that you're shrinking down. If I had this off, I'm not sure if you can still see, but in the VOD you might see that all the text have become blurry because I shrinked it down. But the moment I put the downscale filtering on, it should become a lot sharper. But don't do it for everything. You don't need it for everything. Some things can be blurry. It's Twitch. Things are going to be blurry no matter what. Unless you're on YouTube streaming at like 30 megabytes per second and they're using YouTube's thing to re-encode, you don't need to do this. What else? What else hogs up? Oh, if you have leap motion and you're really, really, really lagging, pause it. Pause your leap motion. Trust me, that little stupid thing tracking your hands takes a lot of CPU. It's so much CPU. Don't worry about blur stuff in the start. Yeah, exactly. If you have like stupid overlays like this, where is it? If you have stupid overlays like this, you don't need the downscale filtering on now. Leap motion is so hard for the CPU. Yeah. The main thing though is, if you've been streaming for more than a month, you probably already realize, use your hardware encoder and don't need P6 or P7. Go on P3 or something, it's fine. And those two alone will dramatically increase your thing. So if you're watching this and you're a new streamer, please change those settings. It will make your streaming life a lot easier. Oh, and also, for your VTuber model, do you really need A8X? No, not really. 2X is already good. Even SMA, you can barely tell the difference. Hell, I'm gonna turn this off right now. You can kind of tell, but the moment I only have 2X, boom. Can you really tell? Do you really need this? No, I don't know why I have enabled, but you can save so much resource. Oh, and also light settings for VNyan. You do not need to save display light, and you do not need shadows or contact shadows right now. I mean, here's the difference. If you have a room with a lot of additional light sources, ooh, you get shadows, But if you don't have additional light sources, You see any difference? Do you see any difference? You don't need it. Okay, you do not need it. You had two and it took your system and it got super hot too? Uh-huh. I had two as well. One of them broke. Cause I had the expensive one. The dev kit one. With the wider field angle. Chat made me try Pilk one day. I spilled Pilk all over the Leap Motion and it broke. Yes, you can bake shadows into Unity as well. You can bake shadows. You can even use the shaders like Lil Tune, and then from Lil Tune you can actually bake whatever you see into the texture, or you can transfer it into a VRM M-Tune from Lighttune, and it looks way better than plain M-Tune. You should give it a try if anyone's ever interested in making a VRM version, but like the Lighttune style colors. You say before you use Leap Motion? Yeah, I use Leap Motion. Yeah, Leap Motion. This is Leap Motion right now. Where do I mount it? Right here. It is on the table. On the table. I have a little like tray thingy for the what do you call it? Keyboard. So I just slide out my keyboard tray. I put it right under my keyboard, right below my keyboard, and yeah, there we go. It tracks. If you want to see where it is on Vseeface, let me enlarge this. That's about right here. Mine does not track well from there. Are you using... Let's see. Oh wait, that's probably a bad idea, huh? I might dox myself. Yeah, I almost doxed myself. Oops. What version is this? Are you using version 5.7.2? Here, let me see if I can find... Gemini? I think it is Gemini, yeah. Yeah, if you haven't updated, I think this might be the newest version. There was a version before 5, but after I updated to 5 to Gemini, it is significantly better. Like I couldn't even believe it how much better it is. Hell, And this lens is really dirty right now. If I get some alcohol. And clean it. It might track even better. Ooh, yeah, look how crisp this is. I tried top mount, I tried chest mount, I tried monitor top mount, and you know what? The best result is still from desktop to up. Like, it can't track my middle finger if I do, like, you know, middle finger, but you know what? I take it over consistent tracking. You didn't have this? Oh no, did you use the older version? The previous version was awful. Like, I regretted getting Elite Motion for the longest time during the previous version of Leap Motion because it was like nothing was tracking, it was losing tracking all the time. But the moment I updated to Gemini, it was like, you see this, right? Like, it's so good. Wait. It went from something that I was like really frustrated with and consider not using at all to basically I kind of have to have it because I like waving to everyone. I like giving everyone head pats. In Katie's stream, the VTuber head pats you. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna end this right here. I'm gonna restart my streams so I can end the VOD for upload for tutorial. And I'm gonna be back in like 4 minutes, okay? Okay, I'll see you guys in 3-4 minutes.